Uh-oh, that's not running right, is it? That 100% is a cracked piston. Wonder why that would have happened. Just looking at the colour of that coolant, doesn't look too crash hot. I really don't like that. Let's have a look at the kilometres. How many Ks? How many Ks? 401,000 Ks. And the first set of injectors were replaced only just recently, so more evidence for the ongoing court case. Not to waffle on about it too much, but let's just quickly run through a bit of information with this vehicle. So he hasn't owned it all its life, so I think he's owned it not that long, let's say. He's done a bit of research and information gathering, which is a good thing to do. He's actually got the injector kit from me, gone to the workshop partner, got the job done. Thinking that when he purchased it, this is one of the ones with the usual story that, oh yeah, you know, the injectors were replaced at blah, blah, blah. But the workshop partner, the photo that he sent me, and he's confirmed and I've confirmed that the injectors, the manufacturing serial number dates tell us that it was the original injectors in this engine for nearly 400,000 Ks. I think it was, I'm going by memory, I think it's 360 or 370 something thousand kilometers the injectors were changed at. It's well documented. Long before now. It's amazing it lasted that long. I mean, nearly 400,000 Ks on the original injectors. So putting in new injectors after the damage is done isn't going to save the engine. It may prolong the engine's life, okay? And it's better late than never. So this doesn't mean, oh, no, don't change your injectors, but this is the things you've got to consider. Maybe it is if you pick up an old 120 with a lot of Ks on it and it's the original injectors, you've got to work out, well, do you just drive? Look, I just couldn't do the drive it till it dies thing, because at 300,000 or 400,000 K injectors, they are that far flogged. Like, I mean, it's better to do the maintenance before then, but it's still worth doing afterwards, okay? So there's plenty of people that have done injectors late like that. Maybe that's up there. That's getting up there for the first set of injectors. It's one of the highest ones, especially on a 120. So in this one, I'm not going to look too much further for reasons or making excuses, if you like, for why it's cracked a piston. The injectors were well and truly flogged. It may have had the short sucker control valve, I'm not sure, but it's definitely got the long one there now. It's another story. Check the playlist if you want more information. So what's going to happen here is, this is the good news, okay? So this is the good news. Maybe you need to call this video, now this is the good news, all right? So one of the bloody people that, remember what I said? He did his information gathering, he's watching the videos, he's listening. So he's got the injector kit. Awesome, because you know what's going into the engine. He's gone to the workshop partner in Brisbane. Awesome. So you know it's a Mickey Mouse job getting done. It's zero compromise, okay? So the job's done, beautiful. And he's found out about the Cracked Piston Fund. And he's made a really good contribution, right? About $1,000 contribution to the Cracked Piston Fund. Had he not done that, this would have cost him, to do it the way we're going to do it right with the optional extras, well in excess of $20,000, maybe around the $22,000, $23,000 mark with engine mounts. I can feel the vibration in the engine mounts, even though it's running like a chaff cutter on 3 cylinders. The radiator, I'll have a look at it and check the condition of it, but it's probably a good idea to put a radiator, engine mounts. The turbo, if it's done, you know, nearly 400, it's done over 400,000 Ks down there somewhere. We'll have a look at it, but we've got a new turbo there. To do it that way, that is, I love the Prado, I want to keep it. You know, you can go buy a new car for 100 grand. You don't know, it's not going to last like these things do. And once you put a new heart in the beast, if you follow the program, it's going to last forever. It's going to see you out. There's some other maintenance you got to do. You got to do your wheel bearings. You know, you got to do things. You might have to change your alternator. You got to do BFE jobs. You might have to change your drive shafts one day. You're going to have to spend hundreds here and thousands there. But that's the same on any vehicle. And these are the most maintainable vehicle that you can travel around Australia, whether it's touring or hitting the tracks or whatever it is that what you want to do. So what does the Cracked Piston Fund, what does the gold class get him? Well, I'm not an insurance company, so there's no, I've got to tell you clearly, it's not insurance and there's no guarantees. It's about getting to know me, and if you trust me, which only a few over 200 people have, which is kind of a lot, but not many, and I don't expect everybody to trust me, and we don't want the wrong people in there, people that are going to do shifties and stuff like that. So I sort of, you know the old ad on TV, RACV, we treat you like a member, not a number. Well, honestly, what a load of garbage for them, but that's what I do, mate. I know people, I know their names. They're stored in the phone under their name. Once I've met them at least 3 times, you've got to please forgive me, because everybody's got a Prado and a Hilux, and if you've only been once, I might struggle to put the face to the name or the car unless there's something like this. Like if this was the first time I met you. Some people that I met first time because they got a Cracked Piston, I've never heard of them before. They come along 300,000-400,000 Ks. Don't worry, I remember who they are. I remember their names. So the big things that put a real indent there, I'll remember. But the ones that you just came for, whatever, an inspection, I'm not 2 or 3 visits. Point is, I get to know everybody. We're not going to have any shifties of people making claims, quote unquote, claims, not an insurance company, no guarantees. There's money in the bank, there's engines in the boxes that are paid for. What's he going to get? He's going to get a free engine and free labour to install it. So it's going to save a lot of money. The optional extras are optional extras, and that's not going to be covered. Now, if somebody put in over $1,000 on a 120,000 kilometre vehicle, look, I probably wouldn't want to do the optional extras because it's only done 120,000 Ks, but the point is, the higher risk the vehicle, and this is high risk because the original injector's at nearly 400,000 Ks, so mate, God bless him and mate, his car, because for some reason, he's doing the right thing, something good's going down because he's got the right amount of money in to get a free engine and free labour, where if you'd only put in, say, $500, might have been an engine and not the labour, I'm not sure, it might have been a set amount, it might have gone, $6 grand, $8 grand, 10 grand, and you got to pay the balance type thing. So I'll work out what I think's fair at the time based on how much money we got in the bank, how many engines we got in stock, how many people we got with cracked pistons, what's the price of a new engine to replace these things, and all these things take into account. What's the labour cost, the time involved to put this in? Well, right now, this is my time, right? To be quite honest, it's a Saturday. I have to be here to receive the vehicle on a Saturday. I don't work Saturdays. But this is the thing, people. I say, I have Friday's my day off, don't contact me. Monday's parts day. Tuesday, Wednesday in the workshop. Probably, hopefully not Thursday. But these things change around, and sometimes you've got to work. We'll call it flexi time. And it's not bad work. I don't mind helping good people out. So it doesn't really bother me, right? So get the picture. I don't have to do any of this, but I'm doing it to help people out. I'm not doing it for the money. I've got the money. I'm doing it to help people out. But if we're going to do it, we're going to get repaid, because money is the time replacement thing. And of course, all the parts and facilities do need to be paid for. So what's he going to get? I reckon he does pretty well. For about $1,000, he's going to get a new engine and labour. He's going to have to come up with some the difference on some of the things. We're going to help him out a little bit with some of those things, because he's not in the best position for this to have happened at the moment by surprise. And yeah, there's other options. If you just wanted to fix it and sell it, you can get a cheap engine. We've got other videos. Check the playlists if you want a cheaper option to fix it up. But if you want to fix it right, to keep it, do it once, do it right, then that's what's going to happen on this one. There'll be a few more videos, although we will be busy getting this engine swapped over. So bada bing, bada boom. Stay tuned, hit the like button, subscribe. All the info's in the videos. Up to you whether you listen, learn, absorb, and make the right decisions, or it ends up costing you 20 grand. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.